Another building just collapsed in Lagos, and it's actually very, very sad that things like this keep happening back to back without us hearing any feedback from the government or any news agency as to what exactly has been done to provide compensation for the victims, or to provide even compensation for the investors, because most of these buildings actually have people who have invested in them, and that's why they are being developed. The point of this video is to tell you 6 things that you need to look out for before you invest in any off-plan property here in Nigeria. Because we wouldn't want the video to be too long, we're going to split it into 2 parts. For this part, we're going to be telling you 3 things, and a subsequent video will be done where we will tell you another set of 3 key factors that you must consider before you invest in any off-plan property. For purpose of clarity, an off-plan property, simply put, is a property that you invest in where a developer or a real estate company has agreed to build the property for you with your own money, technically. So what they are doing is you pay them a sum of money, and they will build the property for you and then hand over the keys to you upon completion. That is what off-plan property is. So what they will sell to you is the plan of the property. They will tell you, okay, we want to build a 3-bedroom flat, duplex, a terrace building, a setback, or whatever, and it's going to cost you 10 million naira, 15 million naira. And you would make the payment, and the real estate company or the developer is expected to now commence building, and then when they are done, they will now hand over the key of the property to you. That is what an off-plan property is. Okay, it's a fantastic business idea. It's a fantastic way to invest in real estate, because by the time they are handing over the property to you, 90% of the time the property would have appreciated in value. So it's usually a very good deal, especially if you bought it in a highbrow area, right? But before you invest in an off-plan property, you need to make sure that certain boxes are ticked, so that you do not fall victim to rogue property developers that we see all around us here in Nigeria. The first thing you need to confirm, of course, is that you need to research the developer or the real estate company. You need to make sure that their track records are clean. You need to make sure that you have seen other buildings that they have done. You have heard from people who have transacted with them in the past to know how good they are, to know whether they are competent enough for you to invest in their building. You cannot just give your money to any random person who claims to be a property developer without a credible track record to show other properties that they have handled. One thing you must consider, or you must note before you invest in any off-plan property, is that you must understand the plan of the building. Is it a 3-bedroom flat? Is it a terrace? Is it a setback? Is it a duplex? Is it a room and parlor self-contained? What exactly is the structure of the building? How many floors is it going to have? You need to know all the details of the building, even to the finishing, so that you would not have a problem with the developer whereby you have agreed with him to use Spanish tiles and he goes ahead to use Italian tiles, where you have agreed with him to use a set of WCs and you go to the house and find a different type of WCs, or you go to the house upon completion and you find a different type of plumbing work. Maybe you have agreed with the developer to have conduit wiring, and you go to the house and you find surface wiring. Things like this have to be considered and have to be discussed in total before you can invest in any off-plan property. The third and final thing for the purpose of this video is the delivery time frame. Common reason why you see a lot of abandoned properties littered all over Nigeria, and in particular in Lagos. You find that the developers usually promise to deliver within 18 months. That's their usual delivery period. They will tell you that they deliver within 18 months, but you would find out that 4 years later they are still on that property, and sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes it's as a result of increase in the cost of building materials, which has eaten into their capital and probably eaten into their profits, and they would have to source for funding from other sources of income. Other times is as a result of the fact that some other subscribers who may be on an instrumental payment plan are not forthcoming with their payments, and so they are unable to recover money to complete the work, you know. And then again, you would find that from what I have observed, banks and commercial institutions in general are usually unwilling to loan money to property developers and construction companies. I really do not know why. So you need to be sure that the company or the property developer you are investing in has their own money to be able to carry out that project. They have to have their own form of financial support. They have to have other investors that they can reach out to in order to be able to meet up with the delivery time frame, so that it doesn't affect you, especially if it says that you have paid upfront, or if it says that you are not even owing them. There is no reason why they should delay the delivery of your project. I hope you found this helpful. See you again.